Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together here on Facebook, Monday through Saturday, live, 10:30 in the morning. What do? We connect. We connect with each other. We connect with the news that we are able to collect, to share here in the broadcast news from Puerto Vallarta, from our country, from our state. And, of course, it is great to also read your questions, your ideas, your suggestions, and bring them all to the mix so that we can nurture this operation with good vibes, with useful information, with inspiring information. So there you have it. I'm seeing so many wonderful comments already, and we'll get to all of these and others. Let us start with our news, and then I have a bunch of announcements that I wish to make. For starters, where are my notes? Here are my notes. New international flights, direct flights to Puerto Vallarta have been announced, and they include 4 routes, one from New York City's JFK Airport, one from Sacramento, one from Kansas City, and one from St. Louis. All these new direct flights will begin operating in January of next year. We don't have information as to who the providers are, who the airlines, which airlines are offering these flights. But if you live in any of these cities, you may want to check your offerings to find out if you can get any good deals for January this coming year. It is also worth mentioning that at present time, Puerto Vallarta's International Airport is connected by 13 national flights and 36 international routes. That's a total of 49 flights, ongoing regular flights, that allows us to get in and out of the city easily. And now let us take a look at this aerial photo that shows part of the road that goes from Highway 200 to the town of La Cruz de Guanacaxtle. As you can see, it has been improved as of late, and it is ready for operation. This is the new road that connects all the way to Punta de Mita. Well, this is not the new part of the road. This is the road that has gone through the town of La Cruz de Guanacaxtle for many years. But it is nice to see that it has been improved with beautiful lime trees and new pavement. I haven't been in that neck of the woods for a long time, but if anybody's watching from the North Shore and you want to tell us your impression of this new road, we would love to get some details. And of course, as we mentioned recently, President-elect Claudia Sheinbaum is wasting no time to begin work on the 3,000 kilometers of passenger train tracks that she wishes to deliver during her presidential term. She has announced that the first train to be brought back to life connects Mexico City to the cities of Querétaro and now also to Guadalajara. And it is estimated that this project will be completed in 2029. So don't pack your bags just yet for this one. It'll be fun to see how this project develops. Of course, a lot of the train tracks are already there and they're being used by freight trains, which for better or worse travel slowly. I mean, the tracks, some of them are very old, but once the tracks are upgraded to be able to handle electric trains going as fast as 160 kilometers per hour, it'll be a lot of fun to have these new options to get in and out of Mexico City. And now let us turn over to the weather just to see what is going on out there. And speaking of weather, what about that beautiful rainstorm that we had last night? I think it must have been around 1 o'clock in the morning. I was awakened by the sound of the rain, and it was just heavenly. It brought down the temperature a little bit, which is much appreciated. What about today? Well, Snarky Weather says, share me with 5 pals or you'll drop this device face down on concrete within the next week. Well, that's not a nice thing to say, but I'm always happy to share that our application that we use to read the weather is called Carrot Weather, and it is available for the iPhone and for the Mac, and I don't know, maybe also for Android devices. 27 degrees right now in Puerto Vallarta. Humidity is so high at 91%, so it's going to be a schwitzer today. And our weather forecast says we're going to have mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 55%, a high temperature of 29, and a low temperature of 24. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll experience light rain throughout the day, a chance of rain of 75%, a high temperature of 29, and a low temperature of 24. And then finally, Saturday, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 70%, a high temperature of 31, and a low temperature of 23. Moving right along, we mentioned a few days ago that, let me put that out on the screen, that El Puerco de Oro was moving, and they have now published that this Sunday will be the final day in which they will operate at their current location on Francia Street. After that, they will move to their new spot on Mérida 128. Both locations, of course, are in Versalles, and the new location, as I mentioned recently, is dangerously close to my apartment. So if you enjoy good tacos de carnitas and good pork belly tacos made traditional Mexican style, El Puerco de Oro is a no-brainer. It's an amazing little eatery, and I'm looking forward to checking out the new one. And speaking of eateries that we know and love, I want to make a quick announcement as we are in the process of renewing our community sponsorships for Coffee and Headlines. Just a quick reminder, we have a small amount of community partners that support Coffee and Headlines with an annual amount that allows us to improve our tech gear when we need it. And as we are gathering the names of the new sponsors that are coming on this year, I'm happy to announce that Michael Buford is coming in with 2 community partnership slots, one for Bravos and one for Siam PV Cocina Thai. And of course, we are extremely generous, extremely grateful for that sponsorship. So even before this sponsorship was revealed to me, I had been working on the idea of having a mini meet and greet at one of the Siam restaurants, the one here near my house in Los Tules, because the food is great, because it's air conditioned, and there's this cute little room in the back. So long story short, after I found out that Michael was going to sponsor Coffee and Headlines with 2 community partnerships, the least we can do is give back to Michael. So it is a pleasure for me to announce that this morning we published the next mini meet and greet, which will be not on Tuesday, as I thought, but a week from today, July 18, from 6 to 8 p.m. at CIMPV in Los Tules. Now, this is something, in case these mini meet and greets are new to you, this is not a show up and just show up. You need to reserve your spot, which is why there's going to be a link for you to be able to do that. This is done through the interface that I have at my disposal through buymeacoffee.com. So even though it says free, no, you're not dining for free. It is free to make your reservation, and there's only 15 spots. Why only 15 spots? For a couple of reasons. First of all, the venue is small, and secondly, and more importantly, because I would like for these to be true opportunities in which we can meet and greet one another. So to sign up or to reserve your spot, you will see a link in the show notes this morning, or if you are just itching to go there, let me put this in the chat. Boom, there it is. And this is where you would go and reserve. Thank you very much for the link, Pamela. And I just put it up as well, or at least I think I did. Yes, I did. Yay. Then I also want to tell you about yesterday's most amazing episode of the Spotlight. I was so gratified. First, we had Lorenzo Goodwin of El Reid Lounge and Memo from Barrio Bistro. They join us together because Memo is going to be the guest chef for the first drag brunch that is going to happen a week from Saturday at El Reid Lounge. And they were so forthcoming of great information, and it was such a pleasure to support them. In fact, right after the show was over, I headed over to El Reid Lounge with some friends, and we secured our spots for the drag brunch, what seems to be the very first drag brunch north of the Rio Quale. And here is something that you may want to consider. They have a lot of room, but not all the spots are air conditioned. They have a room in the front that is al fresco. They have a room in the back that is also not air conditioned. So what you want to do if you want to go to this brunch, and the link will be in the show notes, is you want to reserve your spot as soon as possible if you want to reserve an air-conditioned spot. So that's just a quick tip. And then in the second half of the Spotlight, of course, we welcomed my new friend Reid, who along with his wife Miranda run the show there. And it was such a pleasure to have an amazing conversation with him. We learned more details about the ongoing bingo promotion that they have right now and their own brunches and other great things that are going on. You may recall that I was glowing about their watermelon beer just this past Monday. I had a chance to try it over the weekend, and that was absolutely fun. And of course, as you know, the Spotlight is our weekly opportunity for anyone that is planning a fun event or anyone that has something wonderful to offer us, whether it's a product or a service. You can step onto the Spotlight and tell us all about it. It is free. It happens every Wednesday afternoon, as you well know. And the best way to find out more details is to follow the Coffee and Headlines Facebook page, because that is where you find all the announcements of all the events that we put together. And speaking of events, just a quick reminder of this event that is going to be a benefit for the employees of the former Hotel Mercurio. This is going to be on Saturday at 7 p.m. We mentioned it before, but it is important, and I wish to mention it again. We also mentioned this new Sabores de Vallarta food festival that is going to take place on Sunday, at 2 p.m. at Parque Hidalgo if you wish to attend that. And here is once again the invite to the drag brunch, which is going to be a week from Saturday. And last but not least, Carmen Porras reached out to me from Mexico City this morning. Their event for their next public dinner, the one that features the Huazontle that we talked about yesterday, is up on Facebook. And this is a public dinner featuring Puebla cuisine. It'll happen on Saturday, July 27th. So it's a crazy toss. You can actually splurge and go to the drag brunch early in the morning and then take a disco nap and then go and enjoy Carmen Porras' delicious dinner on the same day. And why not? It could be a wonderful day of wonderful food. Now, before we turn over to our chit-chat section, I have an important announcement to make. Now, ever since we started Coffee and Headlines, whenever I have had the opportunity to get away for a couple of days, I've always endeavored to prepare content ahead of time for you, just because I feel having the continuity is important. And because I know that while many of you are here to connect with the news that I share, many of you are also here to connect with one another. However, tomorrow I go away with friends to Guadalajara, coming back on Sunday. And for the first time, despite my best effort, I simply will not have enough time to prepare pre-recorded content for you. I sincerely apologize. Time just sort of crept on me. But I hope you won't forget me. I promise I will come back all kinds of great photographs and videos from Guadalajara. If there is a very slight chance that I can put together any last-minute content, you will be the first to know tomorrow morning, but I won't expect there will be a broadcast tomorrow or Saturday. I deeply apologize for that. Please forgive me. And now, please take a look at this. Boom. Yay! Here we go. Let's see. I already saw some comments that I wish to acknowledge aside from your wonderful good mornings and good afternoons. It's always a pleasure to read those. Let's see what we have aside from a nose itch. Oh, and of course, I didn't even mention it because it happens today. Today is Mambo Madness, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Pamela says, see you tonight. And Paco says, definitely see you tonight. If you're going to Mambo, get ready to consider getting off your chair because it's going to be really shaky and fun. It's going to be amazing. Linda, thank you so much for this comment. You know, what I'm enjoying the most from the spotlight, aside from the connections that we make, is just hearing the stories of these wonderful friends. And sometimes strangers, people that I didn't know that are becoming new friends, and how they connected with Puerto Vallarta and what they bring to the table. It is absolutely fun. And I published the link to yesterday's show, and I will put it again in the show notes this morning. And Larsito says, Mambo Day, yeah. Bring your dancing shoes, Lars. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Pudding bum 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 bum. Laura says happy Mambo Day from Canada. Thank you very much. Let's see what else we have. More comments about the interviews from yesterday. Thank you so very much. From Sacramento, It is Alaska Airline, a great airline for transporting animals. For your information, I don't know if this is an answer to a question, but there you have it. It had a Q, so I had to bring it up. Let's see what else. Boom, 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 boom. Betsy is looking forward to Mambo. And of course, Betsy, I got your message on time yesterday and I secured a space for drag brunch at our table. So you are all set. I noticed a similar message from Michael Buford. Michael, I have tickets for you and your better half. So we will all be sitting together and it should be a lot of fun. Let's see what else. Oh my goodness. Bill is in PVR, headed to Tijuana and then cross the bridge to San Diego. See you back in the middle of August. Hey, have a wonderful summer and stay in touch, Bill. I hope you guys have a great time away from Puerto Vallarta and we'll see you when you come back. Let's see. A little report from Harold in Bucerias. We got a short windstorm last night, slamming doors shut and making our windows shake. Well, hopefully you got some rain along with that. We had some rain and it was absolutely wonderful. Let's see. Just curious, what do you think of the phrase que te vaya bien? I like it, but some people I know find it a bit condescending. Love to hear your thoughts. By design it is not a condescending phrase. It means literally, I wish that you have a good time, journey, experience, whatever. Que te vaya bien. May it be successful. That's what it means. The phrasing is not condescending. I mean, not grammatically speaking. If I suppose... Okay, let me fix that with a personal anecdote and let me kill this so that I don't get distracted because I get easily distracted. My mom used to have a parrot, and the parrot was in a cage, and my mom had this very transparent way of wishing people to go away. No. Let me phrase that in a better way. Whenever people would visit my parents and they would get ready to leave, my mother would say, "Ya te vas?" Ay. And which means, oh, you're leaving? Oh, no. And we used to make fun of mom because when you say "ay," that can be condescending. So it all boils down to the delivery. The reason I mentioned the parrot is because the parrot got into the habit of saying, "Oh, you're leaving? Ah." And we used to laugh about that. Anyhow, yes, I do think that there is a way to say the phrase "que te vaya bien" in a condescending way, but that would be deliberate and bitchy and uncalled for. So my short answer is no, it's not condescending unless you mean to be a bitch. There you go. Let's see what else we have. I can't wait to meet Michael. I hope he's at Siam. I have asked Michael to be there precisely for that reason. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to that. Let's see. And here is Angelica agreeing with me, but okay, let's say it's someone that I can't wait for you to fucking go. It's like you've been annoying next to me. If I wanted to be condescending, I might say something like, Yeah, sí, que te vaya bien. And then make a shit eating green. But again, that would be too deliberate. We just don't do that. So, no, it's not condescending. Let's see what else we have. Um, Charles says, I just came from the immigration office and now I am officially a permanent resident of Mexico. What do we need for that? One of these. In September, I will be an English-speaking local. Thank you, Paco, for inspiring me to learn more about Puerto Vallarta. Well, congratulations, Glenn. It is a pleasure to learn that you've got your paperwork all set up. And that's what I have. And again, Michael, as I mentioned earlier, I have tickets for you both, and you are all set. Yay. We're all sitting together at the same table, and everything was so organized. They have a little plan, and we know exactly where we're going to be sitting, and it is super wonderful. Glenn says, I recommend my immigration facilitator to appear on the spotlight. Well, Glenn, don't have the pleasure of knowing this person. Perhaps you might mention the spotlight to this person, and hopefully he or she will be inspired to step onto the spotlight. Let's see. Kathy asks, what happens to Luna when you go away? Does she travel with you? She does not travel with me. My next door neighbor, Dina, she has keys to my apartment, so she looks after Luna while I'm gone. And when she travels, I look forward to looking after her doggies or her plants and whatnot. It's great to have good neighbors that way. Thank you for that, Sherry. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness, that was a mouthful. Then Eric is asking, everyone is going to Guadalajara this week. What is going on there? Well, okay, the story of the Guadalajara trip. Last time, Larcito and I went to Guadalajara to hear live music. Lars said to me, I would love to go to a Mexican concert someday. And I said, what do you mean? And he's like, well, one of those concerts where people get up and dance and this, that, and the other. And I just added that to my list of things. And then Lars went to Denmark to look after his mom through the summer. And I spotted a concert by the Perez Prado Orchestra, which is, of course, the Mambo Orchestra. So, number one, I got tickets for friends and myself. We kept it as a surprise for Lars, but decided to do the Mambo presentation today and then surprise Lars during the presentation, telling him, hey, dude, guess what? The concert that we're going to go see in Guadalajara this weekend is Mambo. But 2 weeks ago, the concert was canceled. And that is just a sad thing. So what are we going to do in Guadalajara? We're going to eat, we're going to shop, and we will find something wonderful to do. No Mambo concert, but what are you going to do? Let's see what else. Oh, 3 days without Paco going to hurt. Devin, that is a sweet thought. I'm sure you're going to be okay. Brian says, Paquito, enjoy the weekend off. You deserve it. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support, you guys. Karen says, have a wonderful trip. I really appreciate this. Oh, Muffin, thank you so much. You do so much as a one-man show, plus you've added on the spotlight, and there's a music appreciation this afternoon, and it's your birthday week. Take Friday. I will. Friday and Saturday. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Pum, pum, pum. Oh, how funny. I've been away on a world cruise. How fun. And turned on my phone, and there you are, a slice of home. Oh my God, now I am homesick. Cindy, wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying yourself. Let's see. Betsy adds, que te vaya bien is what we said daily in Ajijic. It was extremely polite. Yes, again, it's a completely harmless expression. Boom, 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 boom. Did your mom's parrot say what the fuck? No. That's why we have our very own exclusive what the fuck parrot sitting around. And we have the pooping bunny. And we have the farting iguana. And we can collect more critters. But of course, the what the fuck guy is.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
There you have it. Let's see what else. Good wishes for Guadalajara. Thank you all very much. And I think this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Again, thank you so much for all your support. Every time you speak about our projects, our gatherings, the meet and greets, the morning broadcasts, the spotlight, or the music appreciation presentations, you are sending a little bit of love my way, and I appreciate it. Next week, we'll start making more announcements of next year or this year's new community partners. I hope you have a grand weekend, and I hope to see you Monday morning with all kinds of Guadalajara adventures. And that's it. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Stay in touch, and I will see you again on Monday morning. Take care.